Here on the Mildred Gala Show. She's got a special announcement, special invitation for Detroiters. You're going to certainly be excited about that. Here's what I want to share with you, and you might find this surprising. There is new data out there, and it shows that the city's population is still down, and people are continuing to leave the city of Detroit. The latest information has the number of people living in the city of Detroit at 672,795 residents. Now, I want you to think back, and a lot of you have been around enough to remember this. In 1950, there were 1,849,568 people living in the city of Detroit. The number now is down to 672,795, and that's nearly a third of the number of people living in the city. Only one city out of the top 25 cities in the country has lost population since 2010, and that's Detroit. Don't you find that a little bit interesting? And I ask that question because we're now into 2017. And with all the hoopla and all the other wonderful things happening in the city of Detroit, people are still leaving the city of Detroit. Out of the top 25, Detroit is the only city that has lost population in the last 7 years. So what do you think it's going to take to get people to return? After all, that was the end game, and I'm sure it still is, for the urban planners, for people in city administration, the corporate tycoons, as they recreate the city of Detroit. As they move to recreate the city of Detroit or enhance it, probably enhance it is a more appropriate word here. The city of Detroit is still losing people. It's pretty interesting, don't you think? Well, I think it is. The numbers were supposed to certainly be and the efforts here over the last 9 years was to create an atmosphere energizing a turnaround in the city of Detroit. The census is showing that, I guess, the latest exodus is about 3,541 people leaving the city of Detroit. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Hi.
Yeah, what's on your mind?
Hey, lady. I'm just listening to your segment here about the loss of population, and my comment is that I don't know if we've lost that many, because many people have come in, but they will not use Detroit's address because of the higher rates they would pay here. So
no, this is not what we're talking. We're talking about real numbers.
Okay.
We're talking about real numbers. What you're saying, I think there certainly is some truth to the fact that some of the people who moved in are not using Detroit for insurance rates, but that's not it.
Okay.
When the U.S. Census Department does not go to the voting rolls to determine how many people are living in a city. There is
date that you're using. So the numbers is as of when?
Pardon me?
The year that this.
I said since 2010.
Oh, 2010. Okay.
Since 2010.
Okay.
The city of Detroit has lost, I think, according to the U.S. Census Bureau, 0.5%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
good to hear your voice, young lady. I'm back from a cruise and enjoying this cooler weather, I tell you that.
Where did you go?
Southern Caribbean, out of Fort Lauderdale, and girl, it was hot and steamy. It was hot and steamy.
So you-
hear me?
I know. I was
Get to
talking.
breathe again.
I was talking with a girlfriend of mine from Pennsylvania yesterday, and she said she was going to Trinidad in August. I said, no thanks. I said,
Right.
it makes more sense to go in the cool months.
Went to Turks and Caicos and Aruba, and we couldn't get off in Curacao because the weather, we were stormy and we couldn't dock the boat, and it was a mess. It was a mess. But hey,
How long were you gone?
8 days.
That's a bit long for me.
It was good. It was good.
Well, I'm glad
enjoyed
you
the
had a
water
good
so
time.
much. I enjoyed calmer waters. How about that?
Now, I like that. All right, girl. Enjoy your week.
Enjoy, sweetie.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
AM 1200 WCHB.